What's going on, family? How are you? How's everything? How's everything? All right. My name is Stan, the tax man, as I call myself, but I'm simply old Stanley Tillerin, enrolled agent, accountant, tax accountant, crypto tax accountant, and the tax educator. Um, a little bit about myself while you're on this page. Um, I'm here. I started doing taxes in 2007. I didn't know how I got here. I didn't even know what I wanted to do with my life. As far as on the long term, I just knew I wanted to make money, um, and went down the wrong path as a young adult. However, I stumbled on to this career, taxes. I didn't know I was a numbers guy. I didn't know that my love for people and social uh, economics would would only strengthen my love and my ability to do taxes. All right, because the thing about it is society. I want to, before I get into the presentation, I just want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank thank you. We got North Florida in the house. More Florida, more Florida. Talla Tallahassee. Shouts out to what county? What county is that? Tallahassee. Nah, what county? I don't remember. Oh, we got Jersey in the house. Okay. Where's the West Coast at? Anyone on the West? We got Tennessee. All right, Chattanooga. All right, thank you for joining. Uh, yeah, a lot of Florida's in the building. Got some Georgia. Okay, okay, ATL. All right. Let me get back to this. So thank you for coming, everyone that's coming in the room. Um, Society can't run without taxes. A lot of people where I'm from, they they don't want to pay taxes. You know, when the rich talk about not paying taxes, they think it's the same. It's a little bit different, guys. You have to pay taxes because the government doesn't own any. The federal government doesn't own anything. Even local government, they don't own nothing. I take it back. They own they own certain things. They own property and stuff. But as far as a whole, they need funding or they need a tax paid from all the citizens from the money that you earn to keep things afloat, to keep federal employees paid, to keep bridges up, to keep different things going. You know what I mean? So taxes is necessary. So people got to understand. You have to understand that you have to stand proud to pay taxes because it works for all of us as a whole. It works for you too, right? Now, someone misappropriating taxes, that's a different story. All right, someone that's doing bad, but don't be fearful of taxes. So I'm saying that to say that a lot of tax preparers feel as if their role is to find credits, forms, formulas to boost their clients' refund. And that's not the case. That's not your role. That's not your job. That's not your job, ladies and gentlemen. It's not your job to look for different ways to boost the tax up because you're going to cause a problem. And let me tell you why. The reason why you're going to cause a problem is because you may not know this. However, you are going to find out today that, let me see. There we go. You guys can see that? Okay. So you're going to find out today what the IRS considers doing that. They consider that to be a fraud, tax return preparer fraud. And this is an old fact sheet from 2006. All right, but this is what it says. It says return preparer fraud generally involves the preparation and filing of false income tax returns by preparers who claim inflated personal and business expenses. See, now I'm going to back that up. That first line says return preparer fraud generally involves the preparation and filing of false income tax by return preparers. But what makes it false? Uh, Claiming inflated personal and business expenses, false deductions, unallowable credits, and excessive exemptions on returns prepared for their clients. Preparers may also manipulate income figures to obtain credits. such as earning income credit fraudulently. That's a fact. People don't do that. Back when I started, people was trading kids. You can take my kid, I take your kid. I got extra kids, right, to get the earning income credit. Now, in some situations, the client, known as the taxpayer, may not have knowledge of the false expenses. So a lot of the people that's doing the taxes is not really telling their taxpayers that. All right. Exemptions and credits to show on their tax returns. However, when the IRS detects false returns, the IRS, not the return, sorry, when the IRS, what it says is when the IRS detects that it's a false return, it's the taxpayer that pays the bill and pays the penalties. It's not the tax preparer. A lot of taxpayers don't care, right? Cool. All right, let me see here. So, ooh, this thing's following me. There you go, internet share. All right, cool. So we're demystifying taxes, tax preparation. What does a tax preparer do? All right, so a tax preparer assists individuals and businesses in preparing and filing their tax return. That's it. That's what you do. But there's different roles that's in that service that you do that we're going to talk about today. Sorry, I hit the computer. All right, so you have to gather financial information. You have to collect and organize financial records, including income statements, expenses, and other related documentation. Not just financial, but you have to collect and organize personal information like birth certificates, IDs, driver licenses, checkbooks. That's so much check information, loan information. It's a lot that goes into Social Security cards, right? So it's a lot that goes into it. Their address, their email. It's a lot of personal information that you have to protect and gather and collect as well as financial documentation. All right, you have to understand tax law. You have to stay updated so you can be compliant and competent with dealing with taxes or claiming these credits that are given or that's taken away. All right. Next piece of your role is you have to fill out tax return forms. Not just fill it out, you have to fill it out accurately. You get there from practice and also knowing who qualifies for certain tax credits. As I piggyback off the PowerPoint right before this one. All right, cool. You have to know. As a matter of fact, a lot of times, my advice to you out there and to myself is whenever you are looking to employ a credit you've never done before, the best thing to do is to go to the IRS website and type that form of that credit in, because they have instructions all the time that can help you on how to do the form numbers wise or whatever the case may be. Okay. Now, you also provide tax advice. Whenever you have a couple that's going to get married and they want to know should they file married or separate, tax advice. Whenever you have a client or two clients that's going through a divorce, or they're separated in different homes but they're still married, and you tell them how to file their tax, client advice, right? Not even on the individual side. We can talk about some examples on a business side too. Uh, business might want to a business might want to know if an employee is if their employee is actually a true employee or a contractor. Tax advice, right? Yeah, that's what you do. So you got to learn to provide the best tax advice. Another thing you do is you have to file a return. You have to know how to electronically file or manually file a return. However, the IRS wants everyone to file electronically, for many different reasons. But cool. But it's not mandatory. All right, cool. So now you also, this one right here is optional, but even though it's optional, I think it's not. It's mandatory. Assisting in audits. If you do so much taxes, you're obligated, or I think it's best practice to try to help them figure it out, or to figure it out for them, and then if you got to charge them, you got to charge them. But um, yeah, everyone that's a tax preparer is already doing audits, whether you know it or not. All right, cool. Now you have to maintain confidential records. So you gotta have to have something in place that's gonna keep people from walking in and out your office, stealing it, or you can't blather your mouth and speak about two married people, brother and sister, anybody but two friends, you can't tell one about the other one's business, and you gotta make sure that you do the right thing to safeguard the information while it's in your care, in your office. All right. So, in a nutshell, individuals need to find a reputable tax return preparer, but a tax return preparer needs to make it their business to be morale, so they could be chosen. Because if you don't do that, you could end up in a lot of trouble. Um, you can end up in a pitfall. So I like to say that it's the dark side of tax return preparation, right? And we're going to talk about the what we, as we mentioned, inflated deductions. That's a real big thing. Someone may not have any deductions, but some get added, so their income, their revenue, whether have you, could be lower. Different reasons. Fabricated expenses. So like, if somebody give you a phone bill, they have a phone bill, you can run into issues. Fabricated, false information, ghost preparers. Those are ghost preparers are preparers that don't sign their names on a return, probably because they're doing something they shouldn't be doing, and they don't want to get caught up with it, so they take their name off. Ghost preparers. Hidden income. This is income people used to have that's buried, or information that not information, but or income that's like crypto mining or something like that. That's not on the blockchain, something like that. Client exploitation, identity theft is a big one. Tax shelter schemes, over-promised refunds. That's another sign or another thing that bad tax preparers do. Unqualified repairs. All right. So all these different things can cause IRS audits, fines, legal action, loss of reputation, financial loss, and imprisonment. I'm actually going to give a webinar on this topic, the dark side of tax return, and go through each form with you. So you can email me. Email me at info at tax. Sorry, it's info at 1040tax.school. That's info at 1040tax.school. So you can get the information on these different things that collectively the IRS is looking for, and it's deemed the dark side of taxes. Because a lot of people don't know, and you'll be surprised how many forms and letters I see. That's crazy. But thank you for meeting up with me, everybody from the States. So what's up? How you guys take care. I'm Stan, the man